During the pandemic, thousands of Californians packed up their bags, left the Golden State behind, and moved here to beautiful Southern Oregon. It made headlines, and it wasn't just hype. According to researchers, actually, this was one of the biggest migration shifts in the country. But now, just a few years later, there may be a new trend starting to take shape. Some of these folks are packing their bags up again and heading back to California. And I know you're wondering the same thing I was. Why? And that's exactly what we're gonna find out on this video. I dove into some of the data, I researched online, I talked to some of these folks who made the move, I talked to my friends, I talked to other realtors, and I found the most common reasons why Californians are leaving Oregon and going back to Cali. Hopefully that Notorious B.I.G. reference made sense to you. Hey, I'm Brian Simmons, and when I'm not embarrassing myself on camera with terrible jokes like that, I'm out here helping folks just like you relocate to beautiful Southern Oregon. My team and I specialize in this exact process, and we've helped hundreds of people make this move, and we are blessed to have the top channel on YouTube for learning all about Southern Oregon. So whether you're thinking about relocating to Southern Oregon or maybe even leaving, this is the video for you. So let's dive in. So to start, let's rewind back all the way to 2020, the year that changed everything, right? Remote work exploded, cities shut down, and suddenly life in California didn't feel so golden anymore. So between rising taxes, lockdown fatigue, skyrocketing home prices, a lot of people just started to look for a fresh start somewhere that was quieter, more affordable, and more free. So between 2020 and 2022, Southern Oregon saw a major influx of Californians. Medford, Grants Pass, and Ashland all became relocation hotspots, especially for families and retirees trying to escape the pressure of the Bay Area and Southern California. There was actually a point where the data shows that nearly 1 in 3 new buyers here in Southern Oregon were coming in from California. But why did that make any sense to even do? Why were so many Californians attracted to Southern Oregon cities like Medford, Ashland, and Grants Pass? Well, to start with, home prices were dramatically cheaper than anything in California. We also have no sales tax here, lower cost of living, slower pace of life, beautiful natural setting like you can see behind me, and more space just to get out and enjoy the outdoors, which we were actually allowed to do in those days. So remote work also made that all possible to do that and keep your Californian income. So the region really offered just a lifestyle that felt safer, simpler, more connected, and the ability to get out of those exorbitant California costs. So for example, at that time, the median home price in the San Francisco area was around 1.5 million, and in Los Angeles, the whole general area, it was around $750,000. But here in Medford, that median price was closer to $325,000, and for that price, you often got a decent-sized yard, a garage, and maybe even a view. So not only were the homes cheaper, but on average, they were actually larger. Most Oregon homes were 15 to 20% bigger than those in California, and in many cases on larger lots with some room to breathe. So for many, it felt like an opportunity to actually buy the American dream and to do it by paying cash with the proceeds from their sale in California. So it was kind of a no-brainer in a lot of cases. So it was really just a no-brainer. The math just made too much sense. More space, less tax, no more mortgage, and just a nice, fresh, simple start to life here in Southern Oregon. But things change, right? But now let's fast forward to 2025, present day, and a very different reality is starting to take shape. So while Southern Oregon does offer a tranquil environment, some transplants from California find the pace and the cultural scene less vibrant than what they were accustomed to. The slower lifestyle, limited nightlife, and fewer cultural events can be a significant adjustment for those that are used to the bustling urban centers of California. Southern Oregon's climate presents its own set of challenges too. Summers can bring triple-digit temperatures, and the region generally experiences some wildfire activity in the summer months, leading to periods of poor air quality. I'm actually releasing a video on that exact topic in the next couple of weeks, so click on that subscribe button down below so that you don't miss out on that one. It's going to be hot. Okay, that's going to be the last terrible joke of the video, I hope. Initially, Southern Oregon was seen as an affordable alternative to California. However, by 2025, the cost of living has gone up a fair amount. The median home price here in Southern Oregon today is about $450,000. The cost of groceries, gas, and the like have also gone up here, just like they have gone up everywhere in the country. But the allure of being such a bargain and a hidden gem has started to wear off a bit. So you combine that with the fact that relocating often means leaving behind behind your family, your friends, your established networks. And it's easy to see why some of these folks started to develop feelings of isolation, especially those who moved out alone or as a couple without any children. The challenge of building a new, network, new connections in a different environment can be daunting, and the job landscape in Oregon experienced some difficult shifts during that same time frame. And so for some, especially those in those specialized fields, opportunities were just more limited than they had anticipated. Now, those are all just some of the broad reasons why people were thinking of relocating back to California. So I figured I need to do better than that for you guys. I need to give you some real examples of why my past clients relocated here and then cut bait and went right back to California. So I went ahead and went through my database to see who made this move, and I was shocked by the amount of folks that I had found, because after reading about this new trend and hearing all these issues, I had an idea of how many people I thought I would find, maybe 10, 15, maybe even 20. No, I was way off, way off. I found zero, nobody. Okay. In fact, the only person I know who moved from Southern Oregon to California in the past 10 years is someone who had to do it for work. They had to relocate for a promotion, and that new position required that they move back to the company headquarters in California. So this is where I started reaching out to other members of my team, other real estate agents I know, my family, my friends, and I started asking them if they know anyone who has made the move back to California, and if so, why did they do it? Here's what I found out. Number one, they moved back to California because their job required them to, and that's the exact scenario that I experienced with the one client that I had had. Number two, they left their family down there, and their grandkids in particular is what we heard a lot, and they were just heartbroken. They needed to get back and get close to those grandkids. Number three, they didn't make friends here, and they wanted to get back to their social circle. And number four, it just wasn't different enough for them here, and instead they wanted to go somewhere more extreme like Florida, Texas, Tennessee, or Alaska, but none of them went back to California. So here's my big takeaway. Moving isn't just about money or square footage. It's about a lifestyle. It's about relationships and whether the place fits you. And some people come here and they never look back, and that's the overwhelming majority. Others come here, they learn a lot, and they realize that what matters most to them is back there in California. And both of those are completely valid. So if this is a move that you've been considering, give me a call or send me a text or an email, and I can help you determine if this is a place that could be a good fit for your lifestyle that you want to live. Again, I'm Brian Simmons with the Buying Southern Oregon Real Estate Team. Please don't hesitate to reach out. And if you found this video helpful, you'll love the next video coming up. Thanks.